How's it going, YouTube? Good morning. Welcome back to another Banlist breakdown video. Today we're not going to be reacting. We're going to be discussing the winners and the losers of this crazy forbidden and limited list. Before we begin, make sure to like the video, subscribe. We're very close to 20k. I would appreciate if you do that. And let's discuss the winners of this ban list, the decks that have benefited the most, and of course the losers. And there are many of them because, as you can see right here, there's a lot of really influential and powerful cards on this list. So I think the first one is definitely going to be any deck that utilizes Baron, right? But specifically, let's discuss Mannadium first. I think Mannadium was a pretty promising deck in the fact that it can spam out like a really, really strong synchro combo using like so many different lines, different engines. But Baron de Fleur, and that is common to all combo decks that actually played Baron, is the pillar to not losing to something like Nibiru. Nibiru is there to check the combo decks, and Baron is there to check the Nibiru. But now, that is gone. And there's probably a few like good replacements, but Baron, the fact that it was so easy to summon, being able to summon it before the 5th summon, or on the 5th summon, was the part that actually got Baron banned. And I think it's kind of true for the pure Snake Eye variant as well, that utilized both Borreload, which Borreload actually came before Baron in that combo, and then Baron on your opponent's turn. I think pure Snake Eyes like took a hit to one specific variant of the deck. It doesn't kill it by any means. I think it's also a winner on this list as well. But I think that the fact that this is how they chose to address it kind of kills that line. Also, like all the lines with Linkaribo into Sunlight Wolf and then into Heat Soul, those are gone now because of Linkaribo being banned, which is also quite funny. And another deck that kind of suffers from the loss of Baron here, and they actually got a card back that some people will say like, hey, this card is a boost to Sword Soul, but I think Sword Soul is actually a loser of this ban list, if it could even be more of a loser than it is right now. Anti-Spell is at 1. That is definitely a Sword Soul card. Protoss is back, which can literally be played in any meta deck right now. It is not exclusive to Sword Soul at all. And the attributes that Sword Souls put out definitely coincide with like the things that you want to negate with Protoss, but I think Sword Soul is still a loser because Baron de Fleur is again another very strong pillar of the deck with, you know, dealing with hand traps, dealing with Nibiru, and Sword Soul isn't really resilient to hand traps, and like banning Baron is really another nail in the coffin. Like they got something back like a bit, but then took it away. Another loser is Runic Synchro variant. Runic branded, some like just Runic Synchros in general. I think like Runic Whitewoods, which is like a future deck, got hit even before it released because they could go up into Baron really easily, and now it's gone. I don't know if they're going to do that in the OCG as well. I really wonder. So Runic Synchros are kind of dead. I think Runic variants in general, like kind of a winner because no hits again. Sprites are good, for hires are good. Runic is untouched besides the Fountain. I think Fountain to do is definitely okay. But I think Runic Synchro, without being able to rely on the Baron is a really strong card. And lastly, and I think the biggest loser of them all, the deck that got hit every single ban list in the last few years, can you guess what it is? It's Dragon Link. Chaos Space to 1, Magnum to 1, so many banned cards, and now Baron and Boral with Savage gone, the deck is really, really taking a hit. Like now, without being able to have that early negate, kind of like that extra negate, or even Baron. Baron was played in Dragon Link as well. Yeah, it's kind of rough. Let's discuss the winners. I think there's a lot of winners here, and I think the main winner is Fire King Snake Eye. No hits to the engine, and no hits to the Fire King variant except for Linkaribo, which you now can't go into Heat Soul and draw and then go into Apple, but really doesn't matter. Like you still make 3 Mat Apo, before Nibiru and Flamberge and an IP super easily in any of those decks, whether it's pure or not. You don't really have to rely on the synchros. I think that's the biggest winner of this ban list. I think the fact that the floodgates are gone is another boost because now there's 2 less cards that check it, right? So I think it's a winner. I think Labyrinth, no hits here, by the way. Those trap floodgates aren't really Labyrinth cards. I think EV still being legal, Big Welcome still being a 3, Prosperity still being a 3. Those cards are Labyrinth cards, and they give the deck a lot of juice. Now, Branded is obviously a major winner, as you can see. 0 hits to any card that have seen play in Branded, like 0, 0, 0. Nothing even remotely close, not even a limitation or a semi-limitation. Branded is completely untouched. I think that's a bummer because I think like just putting Gimmick Puppet Nightmare on this list would have been so much better for a lot of players. I never really agreed with Sanctifier being bad, but I think Gimmick Puppet Nightmare should have been on this list. I mean, Link Haribo is here, right? It's kind of absurd, right? Voiceless Voice, losing Summon Limit, but I think that's fine. I don't think that's really a win con. I mean, it was really good in Voiceless Voice, obviously, but getting back, you know, maybe even Chicken Game could see some play in that deck. Pearly is obviously kind of a winner. Getting back, I think it's a good, fair deck to have. I don't really like the playstyle of just a tower spinning everything, but I don't think it's going to do a lot. But it is scary. I don't like Delicious Memory to 2. It's kind of a winner. 2 last winners, Kashtira, Shifter, Prosperity are all still at 3. Now with Terror Top at 3, maybe like some Kashtira Speedroid variant. We've seen that. I think Kashtira did utilize Baron to some extent. You know, like a Fenrir and a Hand Trap is always a Baron. But still, like the main pillar of the deck, like the engine is strong. Everything is still at 3. Birth is at 3, which is crazy. Shifter is at 3. Prosperity is at 3. Those are all like Kashtira cards. And they're legal. And lastly, and it's a deck that has not been released yet, but it's Tenpai Dragon. I think Tenpai Dragon is on the way, like they set it up for success with this ban list. Getting rid of the Baron and the Savage, like preventing additional negates on your board. It's really strong. And like some of the tools here, probably like Protoss, could be used in some of those decks as well. I think one more note about Protoss and Colossus that I might have not mentioned yesterday in my video. I think that they might not see as much play as people think they will, just because Snake Eye is so strong. But the fact that you took away 2 really strong and annoying floodgates that people have been wanting for a while. Like they listened. I'm not sure why they had to bring back 2 really annoying floodgates. I think with Colossus, I think it's not that good of a card. Like you can summon it pretty easily in combo decks. It is obnoxious, it is annoying, but I don't think it's that game breaking today in this, like, you know, in this metagame. Maybe it is, maybe I'm wrong. It's outable. People are going to move to board breakers now that Baron is gone. It's going to change the game a lot. But Protoss, on the other hand, again, extremely searchable with the Sinful Spoils engine. It's really obnoxious and annoying. And the fact that it's lingering really sucks. Like, there's nothing you can really do, which is annoying. But I do hope they go for fire because, you know, I played lights and darks. Let me know what you think about this ban list in the comment below. Who are your winners and losers? Because of the ban list, I postponed the next episode of Local Chronicles. So it's going to be released on Wednesday instead of today, like it should have been. So we're postponing that. Stay tuned. Click the bell to get notified when that goes live. And yeah, leave your comments, like, subscribe. Almost at 20K. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.